So, everybody, thank you for joining me. I truly appreciate it. I have been struggling with lighting and webcams and all this stuff. So, I promise as I work on this, I promise my videos will get better and it will make more sense. So, today I want to talk about some of the AI features that are found in Lightroom. They're called AI powered tools. And basically, they're talking about the selection masks and how you can change hair, the eyes, the features, not necessarily features, but I guess skin softening would be the right word. So let's jump into Lightroom and check out the new, not necessarily the new features, but the features that I have come accustomed to using. And maybe, you'll find something useful out of them. And if you do, that's great. If you already know how to do this stuff, stick around. You might learn something, just a little something that might help. Anyway, let's get started with the video. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so here we are in Lightroom, and this is a photo that I recently took during sunset, and obviously it has been changed. It's not exactly what came out of the camera. Hmm. Actually, what came out of the camera is this, and after it's been edited, it turned into this. So what I'm saying by this is these are the masks that were created when I loaded this photo up in Lightroom and started making my edits. So it came in from the camera like this, and we changed it to look like that. So here is some of the things that I've done here. For example, is let's go down one by one. Now these are masks that were created. Let me show you how to do that. Let's still go ahead and delete this one. So let's delete sky. And to create a mask, you simply come over here to the right side if you've got nothing there. But if you've already got some, you come up to the plus and you go select sky. Now, it will find the sky via AI, and you can then make changes to the sky by changing the controls here on the left and on the right. Now, let's assume that I have not picked the sky out yet. So we're going to delete the sky. And that is delete and delete mask one. Okay, so we've deleted the sky. So since I already have a preset over here that says sky, I can hover right over this preset and you can see that it is going to find the sky and it is going to make those adjustments that I have in the preset. So when you click it, there you see the mask and there you see the change. Now, since every photo is different, every sky is different, I can take these changes, and when I click it here, it will show you the changes on the right side of what you've done. So if I don't like the way the contrast is, if I say if it's too contrasty, I can turn it all the way down. I can turn it all the way up. I can just do increments. As the sky changes, I can go ahead and make those changes. But by having these presets over here on the left-hand side, you will have, um, I guess, an easy way to start, because most of the time you are going to do some skin softening. You are going to um, adjust the pupils, or should I say enhance the pupils. And you're definitely going to work on people's teeth and or hair. So these are presets here that I have: teeth whitening, sky, hair. Let's see, I have some other ones: black and white, perfect black and white. But these are presets that you start off with depending on the photo, and you can switch them. So let's show you how to do this. Well, let's do an example here. Let's go to this photo. So this is out of the camera. This is raw out of the camera, no changes. If I come here and I go to teeth white and I double click it, Lightroom actually found the teeth. And as you can see, we'll zoom into that. Let's see here. Lightroom found the teeth and made the adjustments to the teeth. Now, the adjustments that I make to the teeth is typically on exposure, I'll go 0.30. Is that 0.30? Yes, that is 0.30. So on the temperature, I will go about -7. And on the saturation, I normally go -10. And sometimes, but not all the times, I will do the highlights, I will do -20. So when you take this and you see the changes, you will see that the teeth went from slightly yellow to a little bit nicer. Brighter. You don't want, nobody wants chiclets. Nobody wants this. Okay, nobody definitely doesn't want it, and nobody wants that. So I leave this at 0.30, and that is my preset. Now, if for some reason I've changed that preset, I can come here and actually what I can do is I come over here to the teeth, right click, and I can update with my current settings, which is what I've got over here. And now every other photo that I edit will have these changes made to it. So let's play around a little bit more with this same image. Let's go to full screen and let's go ahead and let's play with the hair a little bit. So we click the hair automatically, as you can see up here, the mask found the hair. You turn it on and off and see what the hair changes are. They're minimal changes. They're not, they're not huge changes. If you click on it, you can see that the highlights were brought up a little bit. The texture and clarity was brought up a little bit. And really that's really it. I mean, you can, if you want to, get crazy and you can come down to, let's see, where is that slider? Oh, where is that slider? It's not in tone curve. It's not. Is it here? Hue and saturation. Is that it? No, that's affecting the whole thing. No, that's not it. Well, anyway, you can really play around with this and go crazy. I'll show you later on how to change the hair to green. But we've processed so far, we've done the hair and we've done the teeth. Now let's go ahead and play with the sky. So you click it, AI says, hey, there's a sky back there. Now, as you can see, dramatic change. Now, you can take that and you can make it a little bit warmer. So you can come up here to the temperature and you can make it warmer if you'd like. Oh, make sure you've got that selected. And you can make it warmer. And maybe warmer is nicer. Okay. But at least it gives you the starting point as to where you want to go. The other thing is now I don't have one here for the face. So let's go ahead and go to plus and selected people. And what it will do, this is so cool, it will actually recognize the face and it will start giving you the options of the things that you can change. So here I want to do the facial skin only, and I'm going to come down here and create the mask. Now, every time you do that, you have to remember to rename it and call it the right thing, because later on when you go to do your preset, all you're going to have is mask 1, mask 2, mask 3, and you're going to forget what was what. So by changing that to face, now I know when I go to make those changes. Now you can come right here, go to custom, and go to skin soft and light. And if we scroll in, zoom into the face, let's move it down a little bit. You can see that the face was slightly softened. Now, if she's got more issues with her skin, you can always take that and you can always adjust the texture even more. So, you can do that. But of course, she doesn't need that kind of texture decrease. So we just do a little bit just to take that out. Now, we're going to save this preset. So we're going to click on the preset, and we're going to come up here to presets plus create preset. And this is going to be skin soften. Okay. Now make sure that you have skin here. Now, where is skin? I'm sorry, face. So we deselect the sky, we deselect the teeth, and make sure that the support amount slider is selected. So what that does is as you come up here and you're in that slider, you can take it and adjust it up or adjust it down to whatever it is that you want it to. 100% would be what you set it up as, but you can take it and crank it up a little bit if you feel that it needs that. But again, this will start off as the base in this preset for you. Okay, let's try another one. Let's go to this one. So on this image, again, straight out of the camera. So we've got a bunch of things now, as you see there, it's trying to find people, but we're not gonna mess with that already because we've got our presets. So let's do the teeth first. We're gonna double click it. It found the teeth because you see it's highlighted there. We will scroll in, go into 100%, and you'll notice that the teeth have been whitened. Okay. If you want them whiter, you increase it. Select it and you increase it. You want them less white, you bring it down and you decrease it. If you bring it back to 100%, it's what the preset was set at. Okay, so we did that. Let's go next and let's do the skin softening. Once again, as you see, Lightroom automatically found the face. We'll scroll in a little bit, bring it down, and you'll notice that it already made the change. Here's the before and here's the after. Here's the before, here's the after. And again, if you want to change the setting, you take that slider and you slide it up or down depending on your taste. And that's all because you made sure that that little clicker on the bottom left was selected. Okay, so the other thing we could do here is let's go back and let's do the teeth. Oh, excuse me. Oh, we don't have the eyes in here. Ah, look at that. Okay, well, let's do the hair. So let's back out for a second and let's look at the hair. So we're going to click the hair. And as you can see here, once again, the AI in Lightroom finds the hair and you have a little bit of a change there to the hair. So if we take this, let's see here. Let's fill it in there. Okay, so if we take this and we take it on and off, you can see the difference. Now, again, this is the same thing that we've done for each one of these images. Every single image has been with the same preset, so you can see how quickly this could um, help your flow. Now, it's been made knowledgeable to me that you can actually set these presets up to work as a apply on import. So every image you bring in, Lightroom is automatically going to do these to all of the images that it brings in. I don't necessarily like to do that because I truly believe that even though you have the preset made, each image it's going to be its own. So I don't like to do that. Maybe in the future when I'm a little bit more keen on what I'm doing, I'll do it that way. But for now, no, it's going to stay that way. So what we have not done is the eyes. So we're going to go back here. We're going to hit the plus. We're going to select people. It is going to find her. Hmm. And then we are going to do the iris and the pupil. And just for the heck of it, let's do the clothes because this is really cool. So you create the mask. Lightroom has taken this, and this is the clothes. So let's right click and name it clothing. Okay. And let's find the eyes. It must be this one. And we're going to right click and rename it eyes. Okay. So let's take the eyes and we're going to come here to custom and we're going to go to iris enhance. Now, if we zoom in a little bit and bring the eyes to the center, we will see that the changes is noticeable, but yet minimal. Now, of course, if you want to, you can just go crazy and, give her devil eyes if you want, but I like to keep that at 0.35. Oops. 0.35, which is what the preset is set at, and it gives it a nice little accentuation of her eyes. Now, the other thing that I thought was really cool, let's play with this for a little bit, is and let's go ahead and create that preset. So right click, so we renamed it eyes, so we know that that's eyes. Okay, so we've got it selected. We're going to come up here. We're going to create a preset, eyes. This is the support amount slider. Remember, that's that slider that we talked about here that increases or decreases it. We're going to change this to eyes because that's what we're working on, and create. So now you have eyes, hair, skin soften, sky, and teeth whitening, which is pretty much what I do to all of these images that I take. And by the way, I take these at a local park during sunset. So I'm the guy with the camera. Everybody knows the guy with the camera over there. But here's the cool thing. So let's bring this up. Let's go to full screen. Full screen fit. Okay. So watch this. This is really cool. So you take the clothing and let's change the temperature on the clothing maybe to make it a little bit brighter. Oh, here's what I wanted to show you before. Here's the hue and saturation. Watch this. You could change it and go, oh, she has a fuchsia top on it. Now, obviously, we would have to go in there. If you wanted to keep this, we would have to go in there and clean this up a little bit. So you would bring this up like so and see over here where it's over bleeding. So what you would do is you would right click. Oops, no, you wouldn't right click. You would remove, subtract using your brush. And what you would do is you would take your brush and just remove that so that it doesn't go into the skin. Okay, that's just rough. But as you see, on, off, on, off, it's not going into the skin. Another thing that this is just, I guess it's just a bonus tip. This is one of these things that I've learned. So you're looking at your image and you go, how does this look? How would this look on a phone? So if you hit the L on your keyboard, you will see that I guess the background goes 80% away. And if you hit it again, it goes 100% away. And there's your image. And it kind of like gives you a visual without all the, goodies going on around it. So I kind of like that. And as a matter of fact, there's a whole bunch of things that would need to be wiped out. But I just wanted to show, how you could really play with these sliders. And let's go back into the normal and let's put this back to normal again. So where were we over here? So let's bring the clothing back, and let's put that hue back to where it was. All right, so that photo goes there. So I'm not sure if I've rambled on. I'm not sure if you've learned anything. Um, let's try one more. Let's try this one. Now this one's kind of bad out of camera. So first of all, let's go ahead and straighten out the background. Okay, let's straighten out the background. Let's crop it in a little bit, bring her a little bit over here to the left and hit enter. Okay, so now this one, I've not played with this one at all. So let's play with this together. So the first thing I want to do is I want to select the subject because, well, let's bump up the exposure a little bit because I think it's too dark. Okay, maybe bring down the highlights a little bit, maybe bump up the shadows, maybe a little bit of the whites. Give it a little texture and a little clarity. All right. So where's the before and after? Here's the before. Here's the after. Now this this is a fixed before, so I'm not exactly sure how that popped up. Okay, so here's the image that we're working on. So we could take and we can come over here and hit select subject. And in this case, the AI is going to decide that she is the subject. And since she's a little dark, we're going to bump up the exposure just a tad. There we go. Maybe bump up the shadows just a tad. And what else could we do about here? Could we change the temperature just a little bit? Let's make her a little bit warmer because it was during golden hour. And we'll bump up the texture a little bit, just a little bit. Ladies don't need a lot of texture. And what else can we do in here? Well, let's leave it there for now. Okay, so we've done that. Um, let's come over here and let's work with our other presets. So the teeth, we double click the teeth. As you can see, it found the teeth. Let's play with the sky. So there is the slider. Oops, oh, you see, I messed up, Richard. Okay, you click it, and then you can adjust the slider. So you can make changes to the sky. Okay, I like it like that. Actually, maybe like that. Okay, let's soften the skin. So we double click it. It has found the skin, and it has made the changes. Let's zoom in so we can see the changes. You can see the skin changes just so slightly. Okay. Now, since we're zoomed in here, always keep in mind that when you're cleaning somebody's blemishes, anything that's permanent, that's there from birth, I tend not to make any changes to it because that's theirs. But in this case here, she's got a couple of small blemishes. So we're going to take our remove tool and we're going to click it. We're going to click it. We're going to click it. And where else? One right there. One right there. Okay. So enter, and those blemishes are now gone. All right. We're going to leave this here. This is hers permanently. I think. Is that a pimple or is that, well, you know what? Let's assume it's not a pimple. Let's assume it's not a pimple. I'm not sure if it's a pimple or not. Okay. So that's gone. This is definitely permanent. We're not going to change that because that's who she is. So we can come out now and fit it to the screen. And you can see that the image is a lot different with the changes than without the changes. Subtle changes, but it makes your photo pop a little bit better. Okay, there we go. All right, so that's a little bit better. Let's work on here. Let's pop up the shadows a little bit. Boom. And let's take it over here. Let's do the angle. And boom, let's straighten that out and let's crop it down a little bit. Boom. So when you're done, you can see there is let's click the before and after. This is what came out of the camera, and this is what it has been when it's corrected. Now, this is the one and only reason why I shoot RAW. If this was JPEG, you don't have all the data in there to do this. So shoot RAW. If you're not shooting RAW, start shooting RAW. And, some people say, well, I don't have Lightroom, so I'm not shooting RAW. Well, shoot RAW/JPEG. And at some point, when you decide that you do want to embark in doing some editing to your photos, then you'll have the raw image and you'll be able to do changes like this. Because let me tell you something, I came from the film days. Back in the old film days, what you got is what you got. There was no fixing. Now in the digital age, there's no such thing as a bad photo. This would be a bad photo before. This is a good photo. So it went from bad to good with just a few changes. So shoot raw if you can. And we're gonna come back. Let me change my glasses. Change these funky glasses. Okay. So I hope it was helpful. I know I babble on sometimes and I'm just working here. I'm not a pro at this. I'm just trying to have some fun and try to share some of my knowledge. So, if you found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up. If you've not subscribed yet, I just made it over 100 subscribers. So, woo! So if I make it to 1,000, I'm going to have some fun and enjoy myself. But anyway, and by the way, so before I go, I wanted to show you my book. It is Florida Wildlife. This is a book. It's on Amazon. I will leave the link in the description. But in this book, I have photos of the wildlife that I captured in 2024, or so far in 2024. the season of 2024 is for me, wildlife season is June. As soon as June hits, the wildlife equipment goes away and I start shooting portraits because it's just too hot to scroll around there. But there are 100 pages of different photos. They're printed in high quality, high gloss paper, and they're really nice. Now, just so that you know, I am donating proceeds. Every dollar that I make off of this book, of the proceeds, goes to Palm Beach County 4-H. It's an amazing organization. I am very close to writing them a check for $300. It takes about 100 copies for me to sell of these to write them a check for $300. But if you buy the book, and I will leave a link below as to where you can buy the book on Amazon, please, if you want to support Palm Beach County 4-H, 4-H is a magnificent organization. I've been with them for, I think I've been a volunteer for over 10 years now, but if you can support them by buying my book, I would truly, truly appreciate it. Have a great evening, everybody. Bye bye now.